Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the Arizona Buddhist Temple for the Dharma message for April 12th, 2020. Today, we are observing the Shotsuki Hoyo service for this month. That's our monthly memorial service for anyone who has passed away during any year during the month of April. But before I begin my message, I will read the first names of those Dharma friends who we are remembering today. And as I share the names, I invite you to reflect on each person, whether they were your family member, friend, or someone who may have impacted your life in some special way. You may also think about others during this time too, who are no longer with you, but whom you wish to gratefully remember that they were in your life. So will you please join me in front of my home Ubutsudan as I read the names. In memory of Miyoshi, Fujiko, Robert Kanji, Mary, Katsuichi, Kenso Kenneth, Glenn, Masami Kudo, Shizuka, Takeo, Sen, June, Tanenoshin, Ikuko, Chieko, Totoshi, Ie, Masayo, Jiro, Koichi, Sei Shiokawa, Sanford, Tokumatsu, Takeo, Suyeko, Tatsuo, Rinka, Ayako, Masayo, Katsu, Tomie, Tsugi, Matsusuki Mutt, and Chiyoko. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. Will you please place your hands together and join me in Gasho? From the Gobunsho. There is no knowing whether I will die first or others before me. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Dobs, Namo Dobs, Namo Dobs. It's so nice to be able to share the Dharma with you on this beautiful spring day. And I'm so happy that you're able to join me in the great online universe. So thank you for being here. You know, I've been spending a lot of time home lately. Have you? One of the advantages of being home is that I get to enjoy my first cup of coffee and breakfast outside in my backyard. And while I'm out there, I get to see the sun slowly rising in the sky, hear the birds chirping as they wake up, and feel the cool morning air on my skin. There is also another phenomenon that happens in the morning during this time of year in Phoenix that I truly enjoy seeing at the start of each day. It is something that is very special that you can only see in the morning and sometimes in the late evening if the conditions are just right. Do you know what this special something is? It's dewdrops. Have you ever noticed dewdrops before? I'm sure you've seen them, but have you ever really noticed them before? In case you're not too familiar with them, dew is tiny liquid water droplets that form on grass, spider webs, and other things under certain conditions. If a warm, clear day is followed by a cool, clear evening, dew will likely form. Each tiny drop contains many remarkable things. Its composition contains countless chemical formulas that I cannot hope to pronounce, but within those chemicals, life abounds with organisms like single-cell parameciums and delecti. Every single seemingly insignificant drop of dew is in reality its own micro-universe. And dew is important too, since it is a water source for grass, other plant life, and even insects. So each spring morning when I step outside, I am greeted by thousands maybe millions of glittering dewdrops on my backyard lawn, reflecting the rising sun like tiny fairy lights. It's absolutely breathtaking, and I never get tired of seeing it. You know, views of dew have even inspired poetic verses for a few. But I won't bother you with a feeble attempt to compose a verse or two about dew. Instead, I will share a couple of verses written by two great Buddhist teachers. And the first comes from the great Zen master Dogen, who wrote, "The whole moon and the entire sky are reflected in one dewdrop on the grass." I love this because it's true. When you look at shimmering dewdrops, they are in fact reflecting the entire sky. And that's why they're so beautiful. There's another thing about dew that is important to remember. It only appears under the right circumstances, and its existence is fleeting. Dewdrops only exist for a short period of time each day because, as the sun warms the air, they will evaporate. You have to appreciate them while you can because, like all things in life, dew is impermanent. The other verse that was written about dew and that I wish to share with you comes from Renyo Shonin, who lived in the 15th century in Japan and was the 8th head priest of our Jodo Shinshu tradition. And I shared a part of this verse at the beginning of my message. Renyo included this verse in a letter he wrote to the Nembutsu followers of his time to remind them of the preciousness of life. The title of the letter that he wrote is called On White Ashes. And ministers usually read this letter in Japanese and English in the United States out loud during Jodo Shinshu funerals, since the message is as relevant today as it was over 500 years ago. The line I began my message with goes like this: "There is no knowing whether I will die first or others before me." And this line is immediately followed by, "Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew." So this reminds us that there are many people who have passed on before us, far too many to count. Modern humans have been around for more than 200,000 years. That's something like 10,000 to 13,000 generations of people being born and passing away. And each person who has ever been born was significant to others in their own unique way. They have been our mothers, fathers, distant relatives, friends, teachers. In fact, their timelines go back to the beginningless beginning. And whether we can fathom this or not, they have all been important to us, to each one of us, in some way. All of them, in some way or another, help to make the conditions just right for us to encounter the Buddha Dharma in our lives. In a way, every single person who has ever lived has made our lives possible. And these people continue to make the conditions for us just right and continue to influence our lives. When we think about them in this way, we are never truly alone. They are always with us. For me, each one of those precious lives is like a glittering drop of dew that shines in the light of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion into our lives each and every day. So thank you so much for listening. And would you please place your palms together one more time and join me in Gasho. There is no knowing whether I will die first or others before me. Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.